everybody, it's Sam here and I'm on the CraftStash YouTube channel today to kickstart the CraftStash end of summer clearance YouTube hop. So myself and the team have got together to share lots of lovely tutorials with lots of fun projects to share and some techniques along the way as well. All of the product that we will be using is heavily discounted, and if you're a VIP you get to enjoy your extra discount on top. There will be a list in the description box below this video with everybody who's participating. There will be an arrow next to this video saying you are here. You then want to click on the video below that, and then that will take you to their channel. Like, comment, share, interact with them, subscribe if you haven't done so, and watch their video, and then again scroll down and you'll see the next one to go to. And that will just take you around all of the different contributors to the hop and hopefully introduce you to some new channels as well. So we've each got something different to share with you, different brands as well. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this gorgeous pop-up card using Paper Discovery products, and I've also got an extra card to show you at the very end, so make sure you stay tuned. So it's a beautiful card, this one. There's a few techniques as well which I'm going to show you, so let's get started. So this is the products that I'm going to be using today. So the Garden Delight, it's the Gardening Editions die set, and then this is the Stamp and Die Floral Editions die set, and I'm going to do some subtle stamping in the background, and this is all going to be the frame. And then for the sentiment, I'm going to use a retirement sentiment from this is from my Made to Surprise. So this is an extra bit that I'm adding into it, but I just thought this one screams retirement card. So in the set you get this die here, so you just want to pass that through twice. You've got one for each side. I always like to go over any score lines with my scoreboard, so I've already gone over them there. And then you're just going to create a mountain, valley, mountain, valley, and then finish with a mountain fold. So as long as you've got 3 mountain folds and 2 valley folds, you know you've folded it correctly. You can do that with both pieces and they're going to be like so. Then you want to cut the main plate. So this is all the detail here, you can see. So I cut it into white cardstock and then I coloured it all in, and I'm going to add that video in now. So it's a really quick and very easy way. You don't have to die cut all of the elements. That has all been coloured using my alcohol markers. So very, very quick and easy. So next, I just measured this piece here and cut a piece of white cardstock. These are designed to attach, as I'll show you shortly, and then pop that onto your 5x7 card blank. But I want to make a separate structure so that it stands up like a little pop-up, and then if you want to stick it on your card blank you can do. So to do that you just need to measure the size of this and cut it again, and in my case I've done it in white. What I want to do now is create a background using my distressed oxides, and I've pulled out the colours that I think are going to be closest to the grass that I've coloured here. So I've got the Twisted Citron, Mowed Lawn and Rustic Wilderness. So I'm just building up the colour. I'm just going to start bringing in that darker Rustic Wilderness around the edges. You're not going to see a great deal of this, but I'm just kind of loading up all the colour, and then I can blend it a bit better. My Mowed Lawn is running out of ink, so it's a bit drier than I would have liked, but I think by the time I've added in the Rustic Wilderness and the Twisted Citron, which are both nice and juicy ink pads, it will help blend that in a bit more. Right now I'm getting Halloween vibes, like looking into the witch's cauldron, but we'll get there. Okay, so I'm pleased with that. So now when I pop that against it, you can see it pops really nicely against that green, and the picket fence really shows up, which is what I was hoping. Okay, so next I want to do some of the stamping using these stamps here, and I also want to stamp my sentiment as well. So just lay your frame down over the top. Now I think I'm going to use the sentiment, my happy place is my home and garden, and that's going to go, hoping, about there. It just fits. Okay, so I'm going to just take that one away. Okay, so I'm happy with that, and then I wanted to add this one here, the border, because I think that'll look quite nice in the background. So I'm just going to move this one over and just place that one down the bottom there. And to stamp this one, I'm going to use the darkest of the greens that I've used here, so the Rustic Wilderness. Oh, that's nice. Just do that a little bit more. I like how it's just starting to come up from the same colour in the corners there. Okay, let's just see. Yeah, that's going to look really nice. You're only going to see pockets of this detail, but it's nice. It's just kind of adding lots of depth to the card. So next I want to use, I'll need some kind of detail framed around the top. So I think I'm going to go for this. Maybe actually I like the leaves here. I might do something with this one in the corners. Let's just move that down. We do something so it's kind of trailing. Just move that across, trailing across that corner, and then a little bit off of that corner. So again, that same colour. I think that's just right. Actually, I'm not going to do any more. And then I'm just going to add it over there. So I'm just going to blast that with my heat tool. You can just let it all naturally air dry, but I'm just going to speed up the process. Okay, so that's all dry. So now I'm going to start assembling everything. So first of all, you want to take one of these side pieces and add your glue to the back inside. And then you're just going to sit this piece on the back. Now, if you were applying this directly to your card, you'd add your glue onto the back side here and then stick it straight onto your card blank, onto the front. But by doing it this way, you've got a little kind of freestanding pop-up card. And then if you decide, actually, I want to stick it onto a card blank, you still can. Then I'm going to take the next one. Again, add my glue. So just now, fold those down. Just make sure they're completely secure. You'll see now we've got our pop-up. Now this one, you could, if you wanted to, attach it to the back, like the second little mounting fold there. But I just think if I do that, I just think this completely hides it. I know it's going to pop out a little bit once it's open. For me, having it at the front on some foam just feels better. But it's up to you. Now also, you could stick this over the front if you want to give it a frame. I'm going to stick it on top, like so. Okay, I quickly had a change of mind. Whilst that glue was not quite dry, I've taken the white pieces out and changed them for green, because when I was sitting this over the top, it was just the white against it just wasn't quite working, whereas now I think it all just blends in really nicely. So what you want to do then is just add some glue. Now on the one that I show you at the end, I've used acetate on that one, so you've got a bit more of a surface to attach it, but this is going to be fine. I'm just going to run that down each of the sides there. And then just focus on one side first. You just want to line it up at the very edge there. And then just line up the other side with the edge. Like so. Next, I'm going to take this one here and add a very, very thin strip, or just some small little strips of foam along here. And I think on just on the back of there, because I don't want to add it onto the back of the wheelbarrow, because this has got gaps in it. When that goes down flat, the foam will go through, or the adhesive will go through the gaps and probably then stick that piece. You know, be mindful of where you're adding your foam if there's any kind of areas that have any gaps. But I think just there, I mean, it's such a light little detail, it doesn't need too much. And then just these thin strips here, I think that will be enough. I mean, it looks lovely just like that. You could easily not add this piece. You just want to line that up. I don't know whether to bring it up above. Yeah, I'm going to bring it up above the black frame. In fact, I'm going to snip off so it stays within my black frame that I've created. Again, all completely optional, but I do think it just fits a bit better. There we go. So just that little bit of dimension there. I think looks really nice. And then I'm just going to start placing these other bits. I just open it up there. You can see it's just behind the first kind of mounting fold there. I like the way that kind of just hangs there. These little sunflowers, I'm going to add a little foam to the back. Just going to have them randomly placed. The welly boots I'm going to attach together. So I'm just going to add a little glue there. I've already covered these with my accent glaze, so they've got that lovely shine there. And then I'm just going to add a little glue on there because that's already raised up on the foam. I don't need to add any more foam to these. I think just to add a bit of interest, I'm going to have the watering can at the top. Now, I did a card on my Mixed Up Craft channel and I had a watering can and I added tiny thin pieces of string coming out of the watering can so it looked like water. It was like a glittery string as well. That's not going to quite work with this because of the sentiment, but I still think it would look quite sweet to have the watering can looking like it's watering everything. Plus it keeps the greys a bit further apart there as well. And then these again, it's all optional, you know, how I'm layering it up, but it's quite nice to just have a few more little sprigs just to add a bit more interest. So that is the card finished. All that's left to do now is to cut another piece of white card that is the same size as your frame here and stick it on the back, and that's your place to stamp and write your message. You can see that it all stands up really nicely, but I am now thinking it could do with a little bit more white. So I'm going to add this onto is it a C6 size card? But I think having that white frame around it looks really nice and it complements the picket fence as well. So I'm going to use my construction glue for this. Like I said, it will then help with any kind of warping, but that's already flattened out a bit more anyway. But I just wanted to show you a few ways to use this. And it's also then different to the one that I'm going to show you in a minute as well. So I'm just lining that up so it's in the middle. And now this is when I would usually add my accent glaze, but I've already done that and it is already dried. So instead I thought I would finish the card with some sparkle pen. So this is the Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. It's beautiful. It won't take away from the colour. It will dry and just leave all the mica. I just thought it was a really nice extra to add on the flowers when it catches the light there. So hopefully now when it's catching the light you can see the sparkle coming through. You've got all the shine from the accent glaze and all the dimension from that die set there. I think it's a gorgeous card. It stands up beautifully and it will all fold down with a little bit of dimension, but that will still go into an envelope. So thank you for joining me on this CraftStash hop. As promised, here is the other card that I've made. I've got an envelope ready here as well, and this is using this die set here, the Garden Delight circular floral frame die set. And this one I've kept just as a card, so you can see there's no card blank attached to this. Exactly the same, but it's got this very detailed, very thin, beautiful floral panel there, which I've added the acetate to the back of, and then I've just kept with a very simple colour palette on this one, and then I just used the leftover flowers to decorate the envelope, and this one's a thank you card. So if you're starting the CraftStash hop here, just scroll down, you'll see all of the information there and who to go and watch next, and I hope you then continue and watch everybody else that's participating. There are huge savings with the products that I've used today, so if you do want to take advantage of that, again, it's all linked below. And if you're not a VIP, consider becoming a VIP, because that way you can get extra discount on top. Make sure you like, comment and share as well. It really does help out all of the channels, not just this one. And keep an eye out for all future tutorials. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.